On this one, I just need to preface and apologize for the bit of shakiness of the camera. And also, there was a couple places where stuff is out of view. Hope you still find a lot of value in the video. I thought it was worthwhile, even though those things. So, I was trying out a different way to hold the camera, and I needed to go, and just get things done. So, hope you like it either way. And I guess I'll see if you do in the likes and the dislikes. If you like, if you think this is still worth putting up, I thought it better to put this up than not put it up, but we'll see what you guys think. On with the video. Okay, doing a roof of preventative maintenance. I pulled the disconnect on this one, discharging the capacitor. This one has a dual cap that looks like it's been split off and separated. Probably looks like maybe the compressor was replaced and maybe the fan motor. So we discharge capacitor. Capacitor holds a charge in it even after the power is disconnected. And now what I want to do is disconnect just the start wires. So I disconnected the fan start wire, which is the brown. The brown and white is the common for the capacitor. And then on this deal, we're going to disconnect the Herm side, which is for Goodman or Janitrol is usually a yellow wire, and we'll leave the commons connected. Okay, now we can test. It really doesn't matter. It could be one side or the other, but I usually go with the start side. But once you disconnect one side, then you can test. It's going to tell you. Okay. For testing purposes, once it's plugged back in, we'll need access to the contactor here. So pull this deal. That way we can manually start it once it's all finished and everything's back together. Checking our wiring. Rinsed all the coils and everything already. Tightened all the fan baffle screws and made sure all that stuff is good. So now it's just going through. Since it's a cooler day, last day of January 2020. So we're going to discharge capacitor now. Discharge. And then again, the brown wire where possible. Disconnect that. And then the start wires. One lead for the hard start kit, which just goes one lead to common, one lead to start. And then the start wire. And we'll be testing the hard start kits as well. So I'm just prepping everything. Checking everything, and just a preliminary. You could do them one at a time, you can do them a few at a time, you can do them all at the same time. I've only got 6 units on this roof, so I might just kind of do them all together. Hopefully nothing else comes up. This one's got a little contactor. This one's a single pole. Here's the start wire for the fan. Okay, and then the start wire for the compressor. The dual cap makes the connection internally to the fan. The single one would have like a common connected to here. This actually happens in the wiring elsewhere. This one's made a jumper for the common to the common. On a dual port, that happens either elsewhere or internally to the capacitor. So we were prepped there, and just need to remove the little protector so I can test it after we hook it up. And then we can put the dust cover back on. It's a little more dangerous, but it does keep stuff from building up on the points and help that last a little bit longer. This one looks like a 35. Yep, 35.5. Might label it inside. It's a good idea for these units to know what's going on. 35.5. Alright. That one was on earlier. It was working good. It's been converted to MO99. See the MO99 sticker over there. 5-in-1 screwdriver works good for air conditioned work. Lets you get into a bunch of different situations. This was a hex head that I had a flat. Sometimes you'll find them with no flathead ability. Looks like, well, I better discharge first, but it looks like 35.5. So discharge the capacitor. Capacitor holds a charge in it even after the power is disconnected. Here's the fan start wire. I like to use my screwdriver and get under there. It works good. Kind of the least stress for. This one's got 2 hard start kits on it. Probably check them together. That should be interesting. And it's got a protector on here. So let's take that. Again, for testing purposes when we're done. I need to spray a little WD or whatnot on there. Make working with the tool a little easier. The other day I had a transformer I had to change because this is low voltage wiring from the thermostat and from the transformer. It's usually around between 16 and 24 volts. Well, I found 120 volts on the was there present, so replaced that transformer, and it was wired wrong, so fix that up. You find all kinds of stuff, so you got to kind of be ready for anything. You can assume it's low voltage there. Well, it might not be a good idea to just assume things. There's a saying in there. It's when you assume, you make a donkey out of you and me. Alright. Okay. So, looks like this is the common jumper right here. And it looks like this would be to the fan. I'm going to kind of position this so hopefully it doesn't travel too far and make it easier to see where this needs to go when we're done. In theory. There we go. Especially when you're doing multiple units. This is a 35.5. It's already labeled in there. That's good. Everything's working good. You can see the wiring's been replaced before to the compressor. Checked all the fan baffle screws. Everything's good there. Okay. Last one. And we'll go through and test them all. There's the jumper to common. So there's the fan. And this one would be in the back. Hard start. And start wire. Yeah. That's ready to test. Alright. Grab my meter. In theory, this will make it a little faster to jump through. Capacitance test. It's right there. Funny little signal. So this is a 35.5. We'll label this too. See what we got. 34.24, that's good. Plus or minus 5%, so good there. Oh, 2.8, look at that. We got a bad fan. That's what we're up here to find. Bad fan cap. 2.84. That's a bad one. So we'll change that. Fan cap. Okay. And I'll scribble on this, and we'll write on the Inside, 35. 35/5. Okay. Yeah, I need a 5 there. My bag, I should have 5s. Should be in the keyboard. Here's a 5. Let's make sure. No. 4.97. That's good. Okay. So this one's trash. I'll kind of leave the lid open and put it upside down. That way it's known. So here we go. Everything else was good. Military grade strap. It'll last forever. Oh shoot. I should have tested the hard start kit also. I didn't do that. So, hard start kit stays in the circuit for a brief second. Gives an extra little boost to the compressor, and it gets taken out of the circuit. And once it turns off and cools down, it resets and it's ready for the next time. But you got to make sure they actually reset and that they actually work. So, one lead to each side, common, and the start. Uh-oh, look at, we found a bad one. Maybe? No, 53.2, it's good. Usually between 45 and 55. It's good on those. Okay, ready to hook back up. I want to make sure our connections are tight or snug. This one's a little loose. Bunch of things that can cause issues. Dirty coils. Cleaned all the coils ahead of this test. Dirty coils, dirty air filters. Things that can make capacitors weaken before their time. Loose connections. And improperly sized equipment. All those things. With apartments and building maintenance, you're less likely to run into improperly sized equipment, in that it's usually all been engineered and gone through, in theory. And you're usually replacing like parts for like parts. If there's been any changes, just got to make sure those things are done properly. All right, next, test the 5 for the fan. This meter is a little slow. Not my favorite. Not my favorite meter. It's good, but we got a bad fan cap here. 3.5. It's bad. It's weak. It should be 5. Should be, and it's plus or minus 5%, which would be 5.25, 4.75, 34.6. That's good. And for the hard start kit, common, should be 45 to 55. It's good. All right. Good, good, good. So now we just got to change the fan capacitor. There we go. All right. So 5. That's 2. 2 for 2. I needed fan caps. I may have to restock on those. Let's see. What we got here? $4.99. Good. Okay. There we go. Slip this out of its military grade over here. See if that holds up. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're ready to run. This one, since it was running when I got up here, I'm going to go ahead and plug it back in and just test it out. And that way no one notices that their AC is not working. Or, I mean, no one notices that it wouldn't have worked for a moment. Okay, here we go. Ready? Manually pushing in the contact. Fan motor started up good. And it got nice and chilly for a moment. It's good to go. All right. Changed out. Huh. All right. So we scribble on this one. Titan Pro didn't hold up. And what I should have done last year was clean the coils. They looked clean. So this year, made sure we cleaned all the coils. I think that's going to be why some of my fan caps didn't make it as well. Previous year, I did not have to replace a single compressor in 2018. 2019, I had to replace 4 compressors. I didn't have to replace a single condenser. I think if I had cleaned the coils in 2019, I might not have had to replace any compressors. But you live and learn, and I try to live and learn and pass on that information to you guys. Okay, here we go. Fan cap. Oh gosh. Let's see, something's up. .02, it's good. Okay, that's the first one that's been good. Okay, hard start kit. Let's see. Is right here. And this one has 2 of them on it, so it should be, normally it's 45 to 55, but with 2 of them on there, it should be twice that. It should be 90 to 110. Oh, look at that. What do we got? Uh-oh. What do we got? Yeah, 110. It's good. So, yeah, maximum of 2 hard start kits on the unit. Normally I wouldn't do that, but this one ran into some trouble. It's been holding on that way. So, just gonna keep it going the way that it's been working. We'll see. How does it hold up for 2020? Okay. There we go. That one's ready. You can plug it back in and test it. There's the disconnect back in. Okay. Well, I should have fixed this up before. There we go. It's not perfect, but it's better. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Line's nice and cold. All right, it's working good. The little compressor protector. Be real careful, it's got live power on the bottom. It can really get you. Just a dust cover, but it does preserve the contactor a little longer. There we go. Next, I might just jump through these and test them first and then come back in. Okay. .55. We got a weak cap. Yep, weak fan cap. It's kind of why I like splitting them off. You know, it's a lot cheaper just replacing that 5 cap than it is a whole dual cap. You can do it either way, but kind of nice for maintenance. 34.36, that's good. It's within tolerance. And then our fan capacitor hard start kit. 1 lead to common. 52.8, it's good. So between 45 and 55, it's good on those. Here's the start. Good. And then we got to replace the fan. I think a lot of these capacitors would have held up better if I had cleaned the coils last year. So we cleaned them this year. We're good. It's going to be a good year. All right, I need another 5. Let's see if I have one. Oh. There we go. There's one. A little different style, but should work good. .05 is good. All right. I don't know if it'll fit in the strap though. Might not work for this. Let's find out. Oh yeah, no problem. Well, small problem. That's good. There we go. Five and 5. Yeah. It's ready. Hard start kit's back on. This one's ready to run. Put it back in. Okay, manually pushing that contactor. Yeah. Good. Nice and chilly. Very careful. Very dangerous. I'll keep it going good. And I'll just have to put my covers back on afterwards. Get these all going. Here's the 5. This one I replaced the compressor on. 4.94 is good. And 35. I remember this one. 32.87. Oh. Looks like we got a weak 35. 32.91. Not super weak, but it's just outside. 1.75 would be the difference. So 30. 36.75 or 34.25 would be good. Just a little weak. So I'm going to change that one. 33.25 would have been okay. My math was a little fuzzy there. We'll change that 35. Hard start kit should be between 45 and 55. Ooh. Well, you gotta let it calculate. 48.2, it's good. Okay. So we'll change that 35. Gotta keep my new compressor alive. Okay, here's the 5. .79, it's good. 4.25 to 5.25, 4.75 to 5.25 would be good. And I believe this is a 35, but let me check here. No, it's a 40. 38.86, it's good. Now the hard start kit, which is right here. And the common. And looking for 45 to 55, it's at 50, it's good. All right. This one I should label. Okay. These I researched the compressor capacitor sizes. And different compressors require different sizes, and unfortunately they don't often label them. So here we go. 40/5. Looks like one of those ACs turned on somewhere down the line. So good thing we plugged them back in. Oh, sometimes the smell up here is not too great. It comes through the sewer vent, and that doesn't come through the camera. But that's alright. You guys don't need to smell it, you just need to know about it. Alright, here we go. I'm going to test it out. Yeah. A little rough on the compressor there. Not very cold. I need to follow up and check on this one. It's getting cold. Okay. But I don't know. It's a question mark on this one. Alright, to be continued on that. Another time. Note that one. Be real careful. Put those back. Compressor protector or contactor protector. Sometimes I get a little dyslexic with the names. Contactor, compressor, capacitor. The 3 C's. Alright. So that's it. I gotta change that 35 on the next unit. This one's ready to go. Go ahead and put the cover on. Trying to get ahead of the summer. It's January 31st today. I'm making good progress. So happy for that. Can unnote this unit and come back and check this one. Alright. Let's go get that 35. Missed my field piece meter. That was my definitely one of my favorite meters. I need to send it to the factory and have them fix it. Let's see if we got a 35. There it is. 35. Let's make sure. Don't need any surprises. Yeah. Alright, that's it for the meter. Now I can put everything back together. Change this out. Put it back together. This one's running nice and good. Had a little bit of a rattle from the fan deal. What I did was put a little molly in between there. That way that it was just the conduit was rattling. So nice sound now. Much better. Not sure if I recorded that. I don't think I did. So. Okay, here's our capacitor. All the common wires. There we go. Cool. There we go. And we're going to put our start wires where, in theory, where it'd be easy to get at next year. Easy to disconnect the start wires in the future. One lead for the hard start kit. Okay, next is all our common wires. And for testing, I usually don't need to disconnect common. It's only when it's tested bad, generally. Okay, what are we missing? Should be a blue wire right here. There we go. Okay. That's for the fans. Got the fan one up here. And we'll flip that, make it easier for the future next time. You know. There we go. It's ready to plug in. There's our compressor protector. Alright, I'll plug this one back in. This was my MO99 unit. Wow. It's backwards. There we go. A longer post go on the left side on this particular style of contactor. Or, yeah, of disconnect. This style of disconnect. This is the contactor here, which we're going to push in. It receives the signal, low voltage, from the thermostat. Nice and cold. Alright, it's good. I've labeled it MO99 there. I'm actually going to write it here also, inside. So this is 35.5 MO99. It's working good for me. I'm very happy out here with the MO99. I don't have heat pumps, and I've just got conventional AC, you know, traditional split system AC, and then I have hydronic heaters for the units. Let's see, I'll carefully, very, very carefully, got power on the bottom. So, there we go. That'll keep the dust out of there. Keep it alive a little longer. There we go. This one's got the new 35, everything going good. Oh yeah, that was the ugliest ever solder job on the filter dryer. I remember that. This one I replaced the evaporator coil too. Evaporator coil and the compressor and the condensate pan. And now the now the capacitor, the 35. So back in the mix, ready for some summer survival. And if I can get to all this preventative maintenance, I'm going to have a much nicer summer than otherwise would have. So it's a good thing. All right, there we go. You can see it kind of bulged there, so that one was ready to give it up. Okay, now I just got to put all my covers back on and we're ready. This one I'll scribble on again to make sure we don't use it by accident. It's good to go. This one's nice and quiet now. Happy with that. Very happy with that. All right. Get my covers back on. I don't think you need to see that. It's done deal. This roof is good. Okay, last one I had left. Oops, actually it was on. That makes testing that easy. Nice and cold. Fan motor's going good. Nice and quiet. Reasonable. Oh, good. Looks like an old soldier back here. Good. Gonna make for a much nicer summer. There we go. Nice.